Hello and welcome back to the cafe. So today I'm really excited to bring you another featured artist video for this Soul of an Artist excavation dig we're doing. And the featured artist today is Susan Taylor Brown. Now, Susan is a friend of mine, and I first found her because I was trying to research how to get copyright-free images to make digital papers with and digital art with, and I had no idea what I was doing. Well, I found some videos by Susan, and I have those linked below if you're curious about that as well, and I'll make sure to make it very clear. I've got a lot of stuff of hers linked below, but I wanted to talk about this first because this is how I found her. So I reached out in the comments to her videos and was letting her know how thankful I was that she took the time to make those videos on getting copyright-free images, and we struck up a friendship. So we've been friends for quite a while now, and I've got to say, watching Susan grow here on YouTube has been such a fun thing for me. I talk about digging up treasures, and that was my old channel name, Art Archaeologist, and it's because I really love to hunt around for treasure. And I think these featured artist videos are so fun because these people are treasures, and I just love to bring them to you. So again, if you're interested in the copyright-free images, Susan's got a few very informative videos, and she was letting me know that she was going to make some more too. And the ones she has they're really not even that long, and they are jam-packed with information. So those are linked below. And then I printed off a few papers. I asked Susan to send me over what she would like you guys to see to kind of describe her and her work as an artist. So these are the images that I have printed up, and this is her Nature's Whisper book, and there is a video about this book on her channel as well, and I have that linked below too. I've got all kinds of stuff. Actually, before we go any further, let's talk about everything she's got going on. She's got some amazing digital kits, and I have my gloves on real quick because I'm gonna do a little project inspired by Susan, and we're gonna be playing around with alcohol inks in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna talk now and let you know all about her, and then when I start the project, I'm gonna go ahead and just play music so that this video doesn't take forever. So now back to what I was saying. Her digital kits, her Etsy shop is linked below as well. She's also got a website. Susan does something really cool. She likes to gather up bundles for her Just Because books, and we'll talk about that in a moment. She does paper bundles, fabric bundles, all kinds of embellishments and different little goodies that you can work with to create art projects of your own. Those are all available on her website, and she's got original art made by her on her website too, just really beautiful. Now, she's also got a really awesome Facebook group, and I've been a part of that since the birth of the group, and the artwork in that group is so fun to look at. So I invite you to join that group, and that's linked below as well. Now, Susan does every week a live, and her lives last anywhere between, I would say roughly between an hour. They're really mostly around an hour and a half. I haven't seen too many of them go over 2 hours. So if you like lives and you want an opportunity to ask the artist questions as she's working, or ask Susan in this case as she's working, you can do that. Plus you can chat with a community of artists that are in there watching the video and talking amongst each other to inspire and share ideas. It's a really great thing. And she does the lives every Wednesday. She does those at noon Pacific. What time is it? She's California, so it's noon California time, Pacific time. You know what I'm trying to say. So you can check that out on her channel. She's got a bunch of lives that are on there. Now, of course, if you watch the live after, as you know, you don't participate in the chat. That could only happen during the live. But I wanted to fill you in about that because not everybody knows about lives. So there's that. And then Susan does all different kinds of little videos too. And she's got so much cool stuff on her channel. The stuff I'm really attracted to is her eco dyeing, her fabric painting, her what is the other, the alcohol inks, all the experimenting she does on her channel. It just goes on and on. So here's the Nature's Whisper book, and she's very much a textile texture artist, and she's very into fabrics and different fibers and all different things like that. So now the second little page here, let me bring you in on these. So quickly, I wanted to show you a close-up of this Nature's Whisper book. It is so full of little nature gems, and Susan collects a lot of stuff out of her garden to work with. Here's the next sheet. This is the Nature's Whisper book cover. I am in love with this. It's got such a grungy background with lots of room for the eye to rest, and it really, for me, highlights all of the natural focal stuff on the cover. And the thing I love about Susan, too, is she does not let three-dimensional things intimidate her. Sometimes I get a little freaked out about using three-dimensional stuff because I'm afraid it's going to break off and I'm afraid it's not going to last. And you know, she had said in one of her videos, some of this is just meant to be beautiful for right now. It doesn't necessarily have to last a million years. She said something along those lines. So this is from her Just Because Blue book right here, and she makes these little books that are just jam-packed, full of fibers and all different kinds of stitching and painted fabrics, and just such a yummy little thing to look at and create. She's very into creating these on her channel, so if you like those, by all means check that out. Now these are her little clusters she makes, and she does she's done the decorated sticks. I forget the name of the video, but it's been really big here around YouTube, doing the stick art. I can't remember what it's called, but the clusters remind me of that. And look at all these gorgeous fibers and different things that you can use to create little clusters for your journal covers or canvas art or anything you wish to do. Here's a really nice shot of some of Susan's painted dyed fabrics. She does dyed fabrics with acrylic paints, sprays like the distress sprays. She's done fabrics with alcohol inks, you name it. This woman is fearless. She will experiment with any materials that she has on hand, and she brings so much inspiration and ideas into my artistic world. So now this piece is called Garden Dance. This is one of her originals, and look at all the incredible stitching on this piece. This is about as close as I can get on this little image here without everything going blurry. But there's all different kinds of stitching, and she goes over so much of her stitching in her videos. So a few more quick images to go through. This is a shot of one of her Just Because books. And then this one is her Just Because book 1 right here. And it is a treasure trove of textures. And I've got to say, so I've been going through Susan's channel again lately, going way back into the past. And I am falling in love all over again with a lot of her content that I haven't seen in a really long time. So I'm very excited to to bring her to you. And of course, you know, you might know about her already, but if you don't, aren't you glad? Aren't you glad that you do now? Look at how beautiful this is with these beautiful different fabrics. And she gets a lot of her supplies from thrift stores and all over the place. But I love to go thrifting. It's a passion that Susan and I both share. You can find such amazing treasures for your art adventures at the thrift stores. They're one of my favorite places to shop because you can get unique stuff that no one else has, and you can pay pennies on the dollar for it. It's really incredible. So this is her Just Because book number 3 right here. This is what that's from. And this is from her Just Because book number 2. I love this. I love the lace and the button. I love the real vintage, shabby chic look. I have a lot of different personalities living inside of me, so all different kinds of things like that appeal to me. So here's this. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the table set up, and we'll get into our inspired project for today. We're going to be playing with alcohol inks today on translucent paper. I am so excited. I made some vellum, alcohol ink vellum sheets a long time ago, and I had added a couple of those into the 100 Days of Collage that I did. And so I wanted to just do this on camera and have a bit of a play so that you could see my process. So I get these vellum packs from the, this is a Paper Studio product, which is of course Hobby Lobby. So I wait until these go on sale like everything else, like I always say. So I wanted to do a vellum sheet, and I also want to do a deli paper today too. And I went ahead and got my deli paper on eBay. I've had this for a very long time, and these two are some of my favorite translucent papers. So I've got my alcohol blending solution. I always like to have a pair of tweezers handy. And then the colors I'm using today, some of these are really old school and they don't have the colors written on them. They had it on the outer package, but I recycled those long ago. So here's kind of a bluish purple color here. Most of these do have the names on them. This one is and I can't see it. It looks like something yellow. It's a very bright yellow. It's really old and beat up, my label. I apologize for that. Here's caramel. This one doesn't have a name. It's a really cool mossy natural green one. This one is Sailboat Blue. These are all Tim Holtz alcohol inks, by the way. Here's another caramel. That one's almost gone. It's about shot. Here's another darker yellow, a richer, warmer yellow compared to this one here. And then I've also got this, gosh darn it, this is an older one. It's a light blue color. And then this is Mermaid. This is a beautiful greenish aqua color here. So I figured we'd just play around with those and see what we come up with. Now real quick, I wanted to go over this with you. These are my little homemade inkers. I came across a baggie of children's blocks at a yard sale. This was quite a number of years ago. And I just took my staple gun and I bought some Velcro, and I went ahead and stapled the Velcro on one side of the block, and then I just bought a big sheet of felt and cut all these to fit my little inkers. So let's go ahead. This is a very cheap way to keep your colors separate, and I like to be able to do that. Plus I have a couple of the long rectangle Tim Holtz ones, but I can't find them. So of course, there you go, can't find them. So we'll use these today. dry so fast. You can really come up with a nice amount of papers very quickly. These are beautiful for journal pages. I especially love to use them in collage artwork. You can use them in journal covers, all kinds of stuff. Whatever you can imagine, you can use these for. And there's different ways, of course, to get your colors applied to the papers. I really like to get the whole paper covered first with color and then go ahead and start layering up the alcohol inks, because that's when you get all the beautiful little magical things happening. And of course, this is really a recap for most of us. These have been around for so long, and it has really been just a fun blast from the past to do this. So this is where I went ahead and dripped the blending solution, and it took some of the color out of the paper, but this is still a really fun and unique piece of collage paper. I definitely prefer the layers, absolutely, and I love these honey and brown colors together. I think they're really beautiful, but you can't go wrong with whatever alcohol inks you have. And I didn't think to do this, but if you want to use your metallic alcohol inks on this little technique, they work gorgeous too. So here's another one that I layered a little bit less, so you can get big open areas with none of the bubbling and none of the effects if you like that look, or you can go wild like I did and get the bubbling effects all over your sheets. So when you put down a white base underneath these on your collage work, it just serves to really show all the details in the alcohol inks. We've got a few more here, and then I have done a few projects that were also inspired by Susan, and I am so excited. I want to share those with you. They're a bit of a recap, and thank you all so much. My channel has grown a lot lately as well, and for those of you who may not have seen the videos of the projects that I made inspired by Susan in the past, I'm just going to show you a couple things more so that you can have even more inspiration and a couple other directions to take. And with winter coming, you know, it's so nice to have as many inspirational directions that we can have. I really love this one. I got wild with the layers on a lot of these, and this is a very good example. That green, it was really fun to put the darker colors down and then to layer that bright green over top. And I just love how magical the alcohol inks are. They keep the integrity of their colors really like nothing else. So it's really fun to see these on top of the white background. I just think it's really amazing. And then here's the last one. This is the last little deli sheet here. So like I said, these probably took a max of 10 minutes a piece to dry. So you can get a whole batch of these very, very fast. So let me show you a few other things real quick. Now, another thing that I found with Susan when I first found her channel was her eco dyeing. She and I were both really into this around the same time. And I love my eco dyes, but I'll tell you, Susan is one of my absolute favorite eco dye artists. Now, these pages here are from her Forest Trail kit. These are all digitals. I bought all of her eco dyes a long time ago, and these are all in her Etsy shop, which of course is linked below. So if you just meander through the shop, there is so much fun stuff to look at there. So this is from the Forest Trail kit here, as well as this one. My light is kind of going, so I want to wrap up this video real quick so that you guys can see all the magic, and then I won't have to worry about it because my light's gonna go bad, but I'll be done. Now these two are from her kit called West Cliff. Really beautiful earthy kit, this one here. Now this is one of my favorite kits by Susan. This is Forest Floor here. And I just did this one of hers. Now there's a lot in there to see. I'm running a little low on ink, and I was afraid of having the prints not come out beautifully. So I went ahead and stopped printing right here. But those are some of the gorgeous eco die prints of Susan's. Now a couple of videos I made, and I'll link these below as well. I took some of Susan's eco dies. Let me back you up a tiny bit. And I made these really fun little envelopes. Now you can, I am going to use these for Christmas and stuff these full of little stationery papers, just all kinds of fun little beautiful eco-dyed papers and stuff like that for some of the people on my Christmas list. And I show you how to make these envelopes, and they are the easiest thing in the world to make. So I'll link this video below as well. I made a bunch out of Susan's papers, and then I made some out of my hand painted papers, but I'm just showing you these right now so that you can see the magic of these eco dies. They are gorgeous, so gorgeous. They almost have this, some of them like this one, they're so lovely. They almost have like an underwater, really peaceful, calming vibe to the artwork, and I just am so happy when I look at these beautiful pieces. And the great thing about these envelopes is you can do it on the side or you can do it down the middle, and you get all the way around. You get these lovely eco die beautiful pages for your envelopes. So there's that. And then I have one more exciting thing to show you. So I love to make boho beads, and I have a video on these. These are nature-inspired boho beads, and I'll go ahead and link that video below as well. This video is, I really go in depth with the instruction in this video. It's a very fun video. I think you can't go wrong watching that one, but I want to show you what else I made. Now let me bring you back in. These are a slew of beads that I made with some of my papers and a lot of Susan's papers. So let me move these aside and show you. I also have a video on these. So you can roll up your paper and make the most gorgeous journal paper beads. These things are so beautiful on your junk journals. You can make necklaces out of these. The sky is the limit with your imagination. Now, some of these I went ahead, get in frame, Corey, focus camera. We'll get everything working for us here and we'll be good to go. Some of these I put some string around to make them look like little scrolls, and that was an idea that I really enjoyed. And then I also did this really fun little scroll work here with some wire, just some little craft wire. So you can go really big or really small with these. Here's some of the smaller beads here that I made, and a lot of these are off of Susan's papers, and you really can't tell because they're small, but the coloring is so beautiful. So they're fun, and then you can put your little charms on. These, you can make a lot of these in a hurry as well. I'll just show you a few more, and that will wrap up this video for today. And of course, remember that all of Susan's links are down below, so you can check her out. And if you're interested in doing digital art and using copyright-free images, she has been so generous with those videos. Here's a little fun little scroll bead with a cute little gold charm on it. Here's another one. This one's really nice with the metal work on it. Sorry about that. Don't mean to make you dizzy. And then I inked the edges. You'll see how to do these by clicking over on this video. So just a few more, and then here we go. There's so many of these. Now it starts to feel repetitive, I know, but I'm still going to show you because I'm so excited. I love to make all different kinds of things concerning artwork, and my taste changes with time. Sometimes I want to make beads. Sometimes I want to do collage. I really bounce around quite a bit, as you know, but I love to take you all on the journey with me. So that's what we're here doing today. So here's the last of these really sweet little boho beads that are made with papers, and I will link everything below, and I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will also do an end screen of this video and of the paper beads. And then if you want to do the nature inspired boho beads, I'll link this one below. That way it'll be really easy for you to get to everything. All right, thank you so much for stopping by today, and I'll see you very soon. Have a great day.